Jonathan Rhodes, a young man with dreams as vast as the open sky, was born and raised in the small town of Willowbrook. He possessed an unyielding ambition to carve a better life for himself and the woman he loved, Sarah Evans. The two shared a deep bond since childhood, their hearts entwined with promises of a future together. However, as the shadows of economic hardship loomed over their town, Jonathan couldn't bear the thought of subjecting Sarah to a life of struggle. Fueled by an insatiable hunger for success, he bid farewell to Sarah, promising to return once he had secured their greener pastures. With a heavy heart, he left Willowbrook, chasing the distant shimmer of opportunity. Years passed, and the echoes of Jonathan's promise faded as time eroded the foundation of their love. In Sarah's heart, doubt seeped in like a slow poison. She found solace in the companionship of Marcus Hastings, a wealthy man from the neighboring city. Marcus possessed an abundance of resources and showered Sarah with luxuries beyond her wildest dreams. Fearful that Jonathan might never return, she succumbed to Marcus' overtures and accepted his proposal of marriage. Jonathan, now a young entrepreneur, found himself amidst the bustling streets of Concordia, a city teeming with life and possibilities. Determined to create a life worthy of Sarah's love, he delved into the depths of business ventures, navigating the intricacies of the corporate world. As his wealth grew, so did his sense of purpose and longing for Sarah. One fateful evening, as Sarah and Marcus attended a charity gala in Concordia, their paths intersected with Jonathan's. Jonathan, clad in a tailored suit and radiating confidence, was both thrilled and unnerved by the sight of his beloved Sarah, now a woman adorned with grace and sophistication. Unknown to Sarah, Jonathan had never forgotten her. His heart ached with regret for the years he spent away, yet his soul burned with hope for a second chance. Sarah, in turn, felt a tug at her heartstrings, stirred by a flicker of familiarity that lingered in Jonathan's eyes. Driven by his undying love, Jonathan resolved to confront Sarah. He reached out to her, requesting a meeting to discuss matters of the heart. In the depths of her soul, she yearned for the simplicity and purity of her past love, yet the fear of loss loomed over her like a dark cloud. As Sarah contemplated the choices before her, fate intervened. She had an argument with Marcus. He revealed a side of himself that Sarah had never witnessed before, a cold and calculating man driven solely by ambition. Sarah, now aware of the true nature of her husband, sought solace in the arms of Jonathan. Their reunion was a bittersweet symphony of emotions, joy at finding each other once more, mingled with sorrow for the time lost. As their souls entwined once again, Jonathan and Sarah found themselves standing on the precipice of a new beginning. They spent hours sharing stories of their separate journeys, tears mingling with laughter as they unearthed buried memories. The love that had once bound them together began to rekindle, flickering with a newfound intensity. With each passing day, Jonathan's affectionate gestures and unwavering support melted away Sarah's doubts and fears. He was determined to prove that he was the man she had always believed him to be, the one who would provide her with a life filled with love, stability, and happiness. As their relationship blossomed, Marcus became aware, consumed by jealousy and desperation, devised a plan to tear them apart. He couldn't bear the thought of losing Sarah, even if it meant sacrificing her happiness. Marcus delved into Jonathan's past, unearthing fragments of mistakes and misjudgments, weaving a narrative of doubt to sway Sarah's heart. Marcus, armed with half-truths and twisted tales, confronted Sarah one evening. He painted Jonathan as a reckless dreamer, a man who had abandoned her in pursuit of his own ambitions. Sarah listened, torn between her longing for Jonathan and the seeds of doubt that Marcus had planted. Sarah, plagued by conflicting emotions, found herself at a crossroads. She knew that she had to confront Jonathan and hear his side of the story. Jonathan, sensing her inner turmoil, welcomed the opportunity to shed light on his past and the choices he had made. With heavy hearts, Sarah and Jonathan met in a quiet cafe. Jonathan confessed his mistakes and acknowledged the pain he had caused by leaving. He revealed his unwavering love for Sarah and the ways in which he had grown and changed during his time apart. The depth of Jonathan's sincerity began to erode the foundation of doubt that had been planted by Marcus. In that moment, Sarah realized that love, forgiveness, and understanding were the cornerstones of their relationship. Sarah, fortified by the truth and her renewed faith in Jonathan's love, made the difficult decision to leave Marcus and embark on a future with Jonathan. It was a choice driven by her heart's desires rather than the allure of wealth and security. As the news of Sarah's departure reached Marcus, his anger and desperation intensified. He could not bear the thought of losing her, and his obsession clouded his judgment. Marcus, blinded by his desire to possess Sarah, resorted to drastic measures, endangering not only himself but those around him. Jonathan and Sarah realized that their love was not without obstacles. they knew they had to protect their newfound happiness from Marcus' vindictive wrath. Together, they devised a plan to disappear from Marcus' reach, seeking refuge in a distant town where they could build a life away from the shadows of their past. Under the cover of darkness, they bid farewell to Concordia, leaving behind the city that had both nurtured and challenged their love. With determination and hope in their hearts, they set out on a journey to find a place where their love could flourish without fear. In the quaint town of Meadowbrook, Jonathan and Sarah found solace and the freedom to cultivate a life of their choosing. With Jonathan's entrepreneurial spirit and Sarah's unwavering support, they established a business that sustained them and also became a beacon of hope for the community. The scars of their past began to fade as they built a future based on trust, communication, and unwavering devotion. Their love thrived amidst the simplicity of their new life, untouched by the materialistic pursuits that had once clouded their judgment. Years passed, and Jonathan and Sarah became pillars of strength and inspiration in Meadowbrook. Their love story, once marked by separation and uncertainty, transformed into a tale of resilience and triumph. They served as living proof that love could overcome the greatest of challenges and flourish against all odds. As their love bloomed, Jonathan and Sarah welcomed a child into their lives, a precious symbol of the unwavering bond they had forged. Their son, named Marcus in an act of forgiveness and redemption, grew up in a home where love prevailed, and shadows were banished. The town of Willowbrook, once a fading memory in the hearts of Jonathan and Sarah, heard whispers of their success and enduring love. News traveled, and the echoes of their journey reached even the darkest corners of the town. One day, a letter arrived for Jonathan, a heartfelt plea for forgiveness from Marcus Hastings, who had been haunted by regret and the consequences of his actions. Struck by the power of redemption, Jonathan and Sarah chose to extend an olive branch, forgiving Marcus for his transgressions and allowing him to find solace in his own path to redemption. In the end, love conquered fear, forgiveness triumphed over bitterness, and the promise of a greener pasture became a reality, a testament to the enduring power of love and the strength of the human spirit.